My name is Giovanni Manetti. I'm a vintner, a winemaker, born in Chianti Classico, and I'm also the current president of Consorzio Chianti Classico.
I'm Michaela Morris, one of the contributing editors for Quench magazine, and I'm here in Florence to try the new releases of Chianti Classico. It's an annual 2-day event. Over 700 wines, I think almost 800 to try, so it's a lot. And I'm here with Giovanni Manetti, who is a very busy man. So I want to thank you for your time.
No, thank you for being here. As usual, it's always a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine. So Giovanni, not only do you own the esteemed Fontodi estate, you're also, as you say, the current president of the consortium. And I think this is a very special year for the Chianti Classico collection because the consortium is celebrating its 100-year anniversary in 2024. So founded in 1924 with what, 33 members at the beginning?
33 members that decided to create a consortium association to protect their product, the wine that they were producing, and also to promote it all over the world under the trademark Gallonero, the Black Rooster. So we have to thank them, because of their incredible foresight. It was the very first Vintners Association in Italy. And so imagine, how many there are now, perfectly.
Yes.
So that was the first. So, they broke the wall and they opened a road for everybody else.
I think Chianti Classico is breaking the mold and hitting glass ceilings, not just in that occasion, but for many, and leading the way so much in Italy. Today, how many producers or how many members do you have of the consortium today?
We have almost 500 members.
Wow.
350 of them, they bottle their own wine. And in this event, in the Chianti Classico collection, there are more than 200, and they are showing more than 700 different wines. So a lot of great wines to taste.
Yes, I've only had a small fraction of that.
I think it's impossible to taste all of them.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I keep coming back to the region. So it is such a historic region, not just for that 100 years of the consortium, but we're talking about over 300 years ago when they actually delimited the area of the region. So my question to you is, with all of that history on your shoulders, how do you stay relevant for wine drinkers today?
I think we have to study our history and to find the example, the model, to do better and better also for the future. That is the philosophy. We have a great responsibility because among the 500 members we have very, very small wineries with just 1 hectare of vineyards, and we have also big groups. So to satisfy all the desires of everybody is not easy, but at the moment everybody, they really enjoy to be a part of the consortium, a part of this common house. That means that we are working, quite well, trying to assist everybody in promoting their own wines. Many different countries. The Chianti Classico wines are distributed in 160 different countries.
Wow, a lot.
It's a lot, and we are arranging every year a lot of events, walk-around tastings and presentations, and many events. Especially this year because it's the year of the anniversary. We defend also, all the interested of the producers, so it's a sort of syndicate also. We keep relationship with all the institutions, and if there is a problem in the area, we immediately try to solve it and to dialogue with the authorities, Ministry of Agriculture and so on. So a lot of work.
Yes, I'm sure.
As you can imagine, but the reason why the consortium was born in 1924 are the same. So are still very, actual. And so defending the products, the fruit of your work, and promote it in the market.
Okay. Well, that actually leads me to another question because for yourself and your family estate, it was established at the end of the 60s. You've been there since the end of the 70s, so you started at a very, very young age. But you've seen, I'm sure, changes in the region. So just speaking to the marketing of the wine and how the region is perceived, what changes have you seen in that time?
There was a lot of evolution, but it was not only an evolution, but a progress, I think. So we are more and more professional, everybody, in wine growing, in winemaking, and also in marketing. And I'm very happy to see the new generation. So my children, but not all the producers with the same age. They are really, really better than us. So I think that the future for the region will be brighter and more successful for Chianti Classico because they speak much better English, foreign language than us. They have degree in enology or viticulture or marketing or this and that. So I'm very, positive for the future.
Yes, they're out there disseminating the
and they have passion.
Yes, absolutely.
That is the most important. They have passion for wine.
Yeah.
They have soul, they have heart, and it's a very good sign.
Yeah, well, surely that passion came from somewhere. I mean, they saw what their parents did and the results of that. Is there anything specific that you would say in the vineyard has changed in the last 50 years or so, and maybe speak specifically to what you've seen in those changes?
Yeah, many changes. And first of all, from the 80s, we reinforce our faith in the main variety that is Sangiovese. So the wines now are really, expressing the characters of Sangiovese. That is like a photo paper. So it has the capability to remain impressed with the characters, with the aromas, with the taste of the territory. So that is the most important thing. So the trend is no more international varieties, but more and more native varieties, especially Sangiovese, with sometimes little percentages of the old varieties, native varieties, to be used like salt and pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the actual trend. And
so wines, grapes like Canaiolo and Colorino.
Grapes like Canaiolo, like Foglia Tonda, like Mammolo. They're beautiful names with very interesting old varieties that were a little bit, disappeared in the past, but we are, refreshing the memories. And especially with the climate change, they can play a role because they can add an extra freshness to the wine. And on this matter, the climate change, we are at work.
Yes.
We are at work to change our methods of cultivating the vineyards, and at the moment we are able to face the problem and to make great wines also if the climate change is no doubt that there is a climate change.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So what would you say then is the greatest challenge for the region, and what are the solutions to overcome that?
That is one of the greatest, absolutely. And but what we are doing is it's working very well. First of all, the Chianti Classico region is a hilly place with quite good altitude.
Yeah.
We have a lot of forest, woods. More than 60% of the surface is covered by forest, and that it helps a lot to refresh the microclimate. And so, naturally, our region is not a hot region. Temperature, especially at night, they drop, and so the vines can breathe and can relax, and we are doing better than other wine regions. But after that, what we changed in the vine growing was to leaving the cover crop, covering the surface of the soil. It is much better to to maintain humidity in the soil and to prevent drought.
Yeah.
Or also in managing the canopy, we are leaving more leaves,
Yeah.
more canopy, and we are not trimming the shoots, the high shoots, to put in shade a little bit during the summer and cover to protect the grapes. The
Would you have
clusters.
imagined that when you started?
No, because when I started, we were removing the leaves, at least 1 month before the harvest,
Yeah.
to give more, light and sun, and sun to the grapes. Now we are doing the opposite.
Yeah.
We are covering, we are opening the umbrella, putting the hat
Yeah.
on the vines, and but I just made some examples, but
Yeah.
we can do that. Also, during the winemaking, we are many of us are trying, new techniques like leaving a little bit of stems
Okay.
into the tanks
Yeah.
during fermentation. That is,
And how does that help the wines when you leave the stems?
it helps reducing a little bit the alcohol content because the stems is absorbing a little bit of alcohol and giving a little bit more freshness and more crispiness to the fruit. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, I think
Something
that's
very
important because
Yeah.
for me, when I have a glass of Chianti Classico, it's really that crispiness, that crunchiness of fruit, the juiciness of acidity.
So we are at work to continue to make great wines, even if the temperature are a little bit higher. The distribution of the rainfall change a lot. We have less rainfall, but heavier. So we have to prevent erosion, and leaving the grass,
Yeah.
covering the soil is helping us a lot.
Okay. And I understand if the last data I saw anyway for organic viticulture is 52.5. Is it higher than that now?
Now
or
it's
the same?
around 60.
Around 60. Wow.
Yeah, so there is every year there is an increase of the percentage of of our vineyards
Yeah.
grown with organic methods. I strongly believe in organic viticulture. I started more than 30 years ago to do that, and that is also a very key point to prevent. To defend our vineyards, our product against climate change, because organic viticulture, also sustainable viticulture, the soil are richer in organic, I'd say activity, and so they can retain more humidity in the soil, and also the vines are healthier, much healthier.
Yeah.
So they are capable to defend themselves against enemies, fungus, virus, and insects, whatever. So healthier vines means more capability to protect themselves, to defend,
Yes.
and continuing to make
Yes.
great high quality grapes and then high quality wines.
It's an impressive amount of a region to be under organic certification, but I think it's also widely talked about now that organic is just one part of sustainability, and you mentioned sustainability. So I'm wondering for you, beyond the organic viticulture, what is your philosophy of sustainability?
Sustainability means reducing the impact on our planet. So we have a duty, I think a moral duty to leave to the next generation, a cleaner environment. And the farmers, all the farmers, not only the vintners, they have a lot of responsibility because we are the custodi of the territory.
Custodians, yeah.
Custodians of the territory. So that should be a goal for everybody. So to have more and more respect of nature, of Mother Nature. I also believe that if you are more respectful for Mother Nature could be more generous with us.
Yeah.
I like to say I like to think this, but sustainability is not only for the environment, for nature, but also for, there is a social sustainability that is another very important point, but also economic, because the economic part of the system should be in order.
Absolutely.
Otherwise,
Absolutely.
we don't have any future.
This is true, yeah.
But there is another point of sustainability that we are, it's very important for us, for our territory. That is the sustainability of culture, because our landscape is so beautiful. It has been, influenced by, Florentine Renaissance. All the artists of Renaissance in Florence back in the 15th century, or also from the Middle Age in Siena, where there were wonderful artists. And if you look at our landscape, it's like a painting. It looks like perfectly designed by artists with harmony. And for sure there was an influence.
Yeah.
So this beauty, this incredible beauty should be protected. And so sustainability for us is also take care
Yes.
of that, of the beauty of the place.
Yeah.
We have incredible, and so beautiful castles and churches and whole buildings, but also the harmonious mix of vineyards and olive groves and forest. Is so well balanced, and we don't have to ruin that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on that note, we actually at Quench believe that wine gets its context from people, from place, but also the culture and history. And I know for your family, the Manetti family, you've been involved not just in wine, but also with the terracotta. You make olive oil too. You have the Chianti cows. So how important is this in the story of Chianti Classico, that we transmit that we make that connection between that culture and the wine for consumers and also the wine trade?
It's a difficult question. No, but it's the cultural, aspect of our, our work, of our history is so important as well. You have an heritage. Everybody has an heritage, and that is influencing what you're doing. And in our family, the terracotta production is, the old business of the family. We started in 1650. We are still doing that. My brother is the member of the family that is running the factory. But the goal also for that production is quality.
Yeah.
So you have to do your best. You have to work as much as possible to reach higher and higher quality level. In balance with nature, with the environment, with the people. So quality and respect. Those for me are the two, key words. Looking for quality all the time, putting your heart, all your energies, but respecting the people around you, who works for you, the people that lives in the territory, consumers. That is very important. I think that is a cultural aspect that is coming from our heritage. Florence and Tuscany in the 15th century, they were the place of Renaissance, but also of humanism. So the man in the center, First of all, respecting people. And I think that is something that is we have very clear in our mind. And we have to work with that goal. It's not only business.
Yes.
Absolutely. Making wine is something very different. The business should be good, so the economical part should be okay, but we are looking for something else.
So I think I probably know the answer to this question then, but for you then, is it more important to have this integrated story of wine with the culture and the history, rather than focusing just solely on wine when we're communicating Chianti Classico to people?
Absolutely, absolutely. We try to put in a bottle of wine not only red liquid with a nice parfum and a good taste, but also our territory, our culture, the beauty of the place, the beautiful landscape, all the history, and also our philosophy. Our philosophy, and I hope that every bottle of Chianti Classico will reflect all this mix of things.
Yes, well, I put my nose in the glass of this and it smells beautiful. And it is from La Mole, which is maybe a place that people haven't heard of before. Maybe some Chianti Classico aficionados have. But this brings me to, I think, a very exciting moment in Chianti Classico's history, because it is a wine that always evolves. And really the newest evolution would be the introduction of the UGA, the Unità Geografiche Aggiuntive, which we translate in English as additional geographic mentions or units. Now, this has been a very important project for you during your tenure as president since 2018.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could explain what an UGA is, or what the UGA are.
Chianti Classico is a territory with 6,000 hectares under vines. But it's so varied. It's a hilly place with a mountain ridge on the eastern side, and then beautiful valleys in between. And the elevation can vary from 250 to 700 meters. In terms of soil, we have more than 10 different kinds of soil. So we have a lot of multiple combination of natural factors. And in every village, in every part of the territory, the nose, the taste, the characters of the wine are different. The main goal for all of us is to make more and more territorial wines. That means wines that are able to reflect the beauty and the characters of the territory, because that is the only way to make a unique product. So wines with sense of place, but we have many different places in the territory. So the idea was to subdivide the territory in 11 units, 11 smaller geographical units, but everyone with a little bit more homogeneity among the natural factors. But there are not only the natural factors, but also human factors, because in every village there is a local tradition, there is a little bit different culture. There are relationships of transferring information between the producers. If they taste together their own wine, and one of them feels that this wine is not so good like the other one, you go back home and work even harder, to improve the quality. And so in every one of these 11 geographical units, there are different personality of Chianti Classico wine. So we were able last year to finally approve this subdivision of the territory, and now for the top category of Chianti Classico wine, the Gran Selezione, we can write on the label the name of the specific part of the territory that gave birth to that wine. I think it's a great project. My generation, we were asking for that even 40 years ago, but it takes time. It takes time. That is the beauty of the association, where there are 500 people. You have to discuss, and at the end we found a way to approve and do this subdivision. And I think that is very important for all the wine lovers, because I think there is a desire among them that they want to know more. They want to know more in depth the relationship between the wine that they are tasting and the territory. We are in a walk around tasting today, and many people are coming, going to the producers, and they're asking them what kind of soil do you have, which is the altitude of your vineyards, and what kind of microclimate do you have. And they're no more interested in how many months in barrel.
Thank goodness we finally got over that. Certainly, I think also not just the wine trade, but consumers, they want to know where something comes from. So I think it's so beautiful that we will see on labels La Mole or Panzano or Gaiole or Castelnuovo Berdinga. These are names. These 11 names are names, I think, for people to learn and to discover. So for Chianti Classico and for yourself, this UGA project, this subdivision, how important is it for the story of Chianti Classico now?
It's very important for the story, but also for the future, because the interest on the appellation on the Chianti Classico wines is increasing a lot because of this new reformation. Not only the wine lovers, but also sommeliers from restaurants or wine shop, wine directors, more and more interested than in the past. And the number of Chianti Classico wines in the wine list is increasing every year. So I think it's something very positive, and we can see our sales of Gran Selezione are increasing. We can compete with all the best wines from all over the world. Our Chianti Classico Gran Selezione are receiving a very high score from all the international wine magazines. So we're very happy. And but more than that is not only the main result is not only writing a geographical name on the label, but the change of mind or the mindset. The change of the philosophy. The Consorzio traced a very clear direction that everybody are following. More territory into the bottle, more territory into the wine. And it's much more important the terroir flavors than the method, the winemaking method.
Yeah.
So that is the idea, and I think it's the right direction.
So do you think that perception is now translating to people who are picking up a bottle of Chianti Classico and drinking it?
Yes, more and more, and talking with our guests, even in this event, many of them are, confirming this kind of impression, and very happy
Fantastic.
about this. It is the right direction.
Well, we've been talking about it for a long time, since you've been president, so I'm very happy for you. Congratulations to you and to the region. One last question is, where do you see the growth opportunities for Chianti Classico? Where do you see the opportunities for growth with Chianti Classico?
I think it's, probably there are new markets or new countries where we could get in. But I think there is a good potential also in the classic market, like USA, that is our market number one. We sell 35% of our production in the United States. Canada is number 3 with 10%. So I think probably even in those classic markets there is still a potential to grow. But also there are some new countries that are starting to drink and to enjoy European wines like Chianti Classico, and so why not? We have to work a lot as a consortium to promote, to arrange events, and try to do some more education sometimes, but will not be easy, but I think that we can also do better and better. And one of the goals is to continue to remain contemporary, because even if the generation of drinkers are changing, the Chianti Classico should remain, how do you say, well appreciated, even from the new generation. But I think that how the Chianti Classico one is changing with more territory to the bottle, that is probably the right way also to be, how do you say, attractive also by the new generation.
Well, certainly having that new generation of producers, the producers who have children who are taking over the estates.
Yeah, they're more connected.
Exactly. That's great. So I want to thank you for your time, because I know it's such a busy event for you. I'm not going to take up any more. But thank you and congratulations again for the UGA, and good luck for the next 100 years for the consortium.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, and I like to finish always with saying Viva il Chianti Classico.
Sì. Salute.
Salute.